So welcome to the Digital Comics Coalition panel. In this episode, we're going to be talking about what the Digital Comics Coalition is. And to start with, I'm going to ask each member of the panel to introduce themselves and talk a little bit about the company that they represent, all of which are digital. So why don't we start with Doug?
Okay, well, I'm Doug Lefler, and my company is Scrollon. It's a digital comic format which I created based on an idea I had about 35 years ago. It was inspired by a Chinese scroll painting that I saw, and basically it's comics without borders or pages. It's just done in a continuous stream, scrolling laterally, and it's sort of a new format, which has a different language than traditional comics. It's very cinematic, and that's it.
Thanks a lot, Doug. Min, why don't we go next with you and Tapastic?
Sure, thank you, Joe. Tapastic is simply the largest online comic community. So we have an Android app, a iOS app, and we have about 6,000 comic creators publishing on our platform. And we are distributing it with our mobile and web platform.
Okay, now let's go to Mark Waid with Thrillbent.
Hi, I'm Mark Waid, owner and publisher of Thrillbent.com, which is the web platform I created with my partner John Rogers about three and a half years ago. After almost 30 years in the print comics industry, I really became frustrated with the physical expense of physically printing things, of not being able to take advantage of the digital medium. And what I was seeing at the time in terms of digital comics was a lot of mainstream publishers basically just selling you pictures of comics, just putting their pages up without any different formatting or not doing anything to take advantage of the things that digital technology can do. And so, with John, we dedicated ourselves to sort of using the full screen landscape format, being able to see an entire page on the screen at one time rather than have to, go around from panel to panel. And we have created, a couple of dozen series on that platform. By now, we've got over 300 comics in the back library, and it's just it's a monthly subscription fee. You come, you deep dive in the back catalog, and then there's always brand new material from myself and from a raft of other creators every week.
So next up, we have Felix Kiner and Adam Silverstein from ComicsFix. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about what you do?
Thank you, Joe. I'm from ComicsFix. Adam is from Meltdown. ComicsFix is the most basic way to find it's Netflix for comics, digital comics. We have thousands of comic books of all types, and they're all available through different platforms, digital platforms, for very low monthly price. That's basically it.
And thank you, Joe, also. My name's Adam Silverstein, as mentioned. I'm the CXO, Chief Experience Officer here at Meltdown Comics in Hollywood, California. And we were actually lucky enough to get to host one of the first Digital Comics Coalition events where we did a panel discussion in our showroom here. And since that time, we've been trying to figure out ways to collaborate with Felix and digital comics in general. And so we are working on that as we speak. So we're looking forward to now getting the brick and mortar involved in the digital world.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks, guys. Next, because I'm speaking for Madefire, so I'm just going to give a little bit of background of what Madefire is. I was the production manager there for 3 years, and the key way to describe Madefire is creator first. Madefire was founded by Ben Wolstenholme and Liam Sharp. Liam Sharp, some of you may know, has been in the industry for 20 or 30 years, doing Judge Dredd, and he was with Marvel UK, did the X-Men. So it's really big about getting the creators in there and making a tool that's easy for creators to use and get their work up and out there. And they want to just create a new way of telling stories, kind of similar to what everybody on the panel here wants to do. The focus being an open platform where you can go to DeviantArt, use the Madefire tool, and without any barriers or any approval, just put your stuff right up there. So it's a great way for people starting out to get their stuff exposed. It goes right on DeviantArt. It'll go right up on the storefront, right next to the Injustice Gods Among Us with Superman and Batman and all the other titles that they do. It'll go up right next to those titles that come out. And they have weekly releases. They got about 2,000 to 3,000 titles in what they call print format, which is more of a web experience where you go page to page. And I want to say close to 1,000 motion books. And the motion books actually have the full experience with sound, music, and effects. And it is interesting that everybody here kind of has the same objective and is going about it a little bit differently, which makes the Digital Comics Coalition so exciting.